Hello everyone, welcome to the set number 9. This is the last set which is going as per the chapters of book or of your notes, because now we are entering in the period of not entering, I would like to say this is the transition period now, when we are slightly moving towards the period of medieval India. Okay, so this is your last chapter and the last set as well, configuring shift to medieval India. Here we will deal with the period of 600 to 1200 AD. Total 11 previous year questions, but all are very relevant and useful. So let's see them all together. Here we go. Our first question: who was the author of the Gwalior Prashasti of Mihir Bhoj? The answer is Kakkuka. That's a plain fact. Why this question is relevant this year also? Because it is asked in 2023. Mihir Bhoj has been in news because there was a lot of tussle was going on between two communities in Haryana over unveiling of a statue of Mihir Bhoj. So yeah, this is just the background. You won't get question on what was happening, but about the Mihir Bhoj. So he was a ruler of Gurjar Pratihara dynasty. Okay, and we will see that in the timeliners. All the dynasties, their king. We will have a separate theme set on it. Moving to next question. Harshvardhana, another important king after Samudragupta, but not so much questions like Samudragupta. But we will see Harshvardhan a lot in his literary activities. Okay. So assertion is saying here, Harshvardhana convened the Prayag assembly. Everyone knows this, very simple. Because he wanted to popularize only the Mahayana form of Buddhism. No. He convened the Prayag assembly. The reign of Harshvardhana was marked by a number of military victories. He seems to have had direct control over Thanesar, Kannauj, Ahitchhatra, Shravasti and Prayaga, and he extended his empire into Magad and Odisha. The Narmada was the southern boundary of his empire. You will see a question on Narmada once again. Huenzang gives a vivid description of the beauty, grandeur and prosperity of Kannauj, the capital of Harsha's empire. Harsha seems to have been a devotee of Shiva, but was also partial towards Buddhism. So he had faith in Shaivism as well as in Buddhism. He convened a great assembly at Kannauj, where Huenzang, along with many others, gave discourses on Mahayana doctrines. So, now in my opinion, UPSC gave the official answer as B, that both are individually true, but R is not a correct explanation of A. Yes, R is not explaining E, but in my opinion, I don't think so. B should be the answer. Answer should be D. Answer should be C. A is true and R is false. Because Harshvardhan convened the Prayag assembly. Yes, absolutely correct. He wanted to popularize only the Mahayana form of Buddhism. No, its statement in itself is also wrong. So, most probably answer could have been option number C, but I don't know. As per my official resources, whatever I checked for making the answer key, all the answers are 99.99% authentic, because they are based on official answer keys of UPSC as per the respective papers. But somewhere I also doubt on the answers like this one. Okay, so anyway, we are moving to next question. Emperor Harsha's southward march was stopped on the Narmada river by Pulakeshin II. Plain simple question in your notes. The Western Chalukyas established the independent power by Pulakeshin I. He was the first ruler of Chalukya dynasty, the Western Chalukyas. The kingdom was further enlarged by Pulakeshin's son Kirtivarman I, who fought successful wars against the Kadambas of Banvasi, Mauryas of the Konkan and the Nalas of the Bastar area. The end of Kirtivarman's reign was marked by a war of succession between his brother Mangalesha and nephew Pulakeshin II, the most powerful king of the time. Pulakeshin II went on to achieve many brilliant military successes, and all this is mentioned in inscription of Aihole, another famous inscription of Pulakeshin II. We everyone know this. One of his most important victories was against Harshvardhan on the banks of the Narmada river. Pulakeshin successfully attacked the Pallava kingdom and the likewise. You can read in your notes. So this was the question number 101. Emperor Harsha's southward march was stopped on Narmada river by Pulakeshin II. Next question. Who among the following usurped power in Kanya-Kubja after the death of Harshvardhan? Harshvardhana died without any son. So there was one minister of that dynasty called Arunashva. Then he took the throne and started ruling the Kanya-Kubja. So this is the plain factual question appeared in your CDS 2022. So remember this, a good question. Next one is very plain and simple question, appeared in your prelims in 2003. The Cholas defeated Pandya and Chera rulers and established their domination over peninsular India in the early medieval times. Yes, correct. The Cholas sent an expedition against the Sailendra Empire of Southeast Asia and conquered some of the areas. Yes, absolutely correct. Next question. A beautiful question appeared in the Geo-Scientist exam. Nalayira Divya Prabandham is an anthology of Alvar Saint's composition. Yes, it is. Tevram is the collection of Tamil Shaiva hymns. Yes, it is. Nalayira Divya Prabandham is also described as the Tamil Veda. Yes, absolutely correct. As you can see from the notes, the hymns of the 12 Alvars were collected in the 10th century by Nath Muni. You have a question on Nath Muni also. We will see in the authors and their compositions. In Nalayira Divya Prabandham, 4,000 holy hymns. You should remember this also. They can give you like 400 or 40,000 likewise, which constituted the Vaishnava canon. Yes, it is right. The first major hagiography of the Alvar saints, you should remember this also, was a 12th century work called Divya Suri Charitam by Garuda Vahana. Break this label, Garuda Vahana. Divya Suri Charitam. 3 syllables here. Divya Suri Charitam. Divya Suri Charitam by Garuda Vahana. Okay. Divya Suri Charitam was a hagiography of Alvar saints. Okay. And Tevram, that's from your glossary, a collection of hymns, part of canon of South Indian Shaiva Bhakti. Fine. And third, it's absolutely simple. Nalayira Divya Prabandham is also described as the Tamil Veda. So this was the question. Moving to next one. Who among the following is not a woman Nayanar saint? Andal is the answer, because we all know Andal was a Vaishnavite saint. So she was a Alvar. Alvar Andal. Okay. So this is the thing. There are very few women among the Bhakti saints. 3 women figures among Nayanmars: Karaikal Amayyar, Mangayyar Karasiyar, and Isai Nanniyar. These are the pronunciations. And we have in the options Karaikal Amayyar, Mangayakarasiyar. The words are extremely tough to pronounce. And Isai Ganayyar. So these 3 women were the Nayanar saint, but not the Andal. Andal was the only woman Alvar saint. This is also mentioned in your notes. Now this question we will also see it in Bhaktism Sufism set when we will do medieval India. But here, although a very easy, simple question, based on your NCERT also, I will say. Which one of the following pairs denoting various forms of bhakti is not correctly matched? So there are Saguna, Nirguna, Nayanar and Alvars. Alvar, we know, they dealt with the Vishnu. They were the Vaishnavites. Nayanars, of course, believed in the devotion of Shiva. Nirguna, belief in God without attributes. Saguna, belief in God with attributes. So this was the thing. Okay, if you get confused between who were the Vaishnavite and who were the Shaivites, then simply remember this, that your A, reverse the A, that will become V. So this is the opposite. But V is not the opposite, it is S. Okay, the Vaishnavites, who were the Vaishnavites? They were the Nayanars. Okay, and they worshipped Shiva, and Alvars worshipped Vishnu. The reverse of A, V. Okay, just kind of a trick to remember. Next question appeared in 2022 prelims. The world's second tallest statue in sitting pose of Ramanuja was inaugurated by PM at Hyderabad, inspired by the current events which happened in 2022. So the core thing is, which one of the following statement correctly represents the teachings of Ramanuja? Ramanujacharya, there is a question on him. This is the thing. I picked it from the glossary section attached with your notes of medieval India, the notes of Irfan Habib. But question is also relevant here because, as I told you, we are in the transition period now. So it's tough to segregate question of that period, whether to put the question of ancient India and medieval, or medieval question should be included in ancient. This is the transition period. So there is no need to think about it so much. So this is Ramanuja. This was his period, 1016 to 1137 AD. Born in a Tamil Brahmin family of Tirupati, Ramanuja spent a considerable part of his life teaching at the famous temple of Sri Rangam. He disagreed with Shankara's view, Shankaracharya, that knowledge was the primary means of salvation. According to Ramanuja, pure devotion was a more effective means. Now, if you see this diagram, simple. The goal is to reach the salvation. I am not good in philosophy and all that, but I just made things simple for you to remember, because you can get a detailed statement based question this year, or kind of a reverse thing on Shankaracharya. Okay, what was the method Shankaracharya proposed to reach the salvation? Okay, so the goal was salvation. Means were pure devotion or knowledge. Ramanuja chose pure devotion only and discarded the knowledge, whereas Shankaracharya chose knowledge to reach to the salvation. So this is the simple thing. I hope you will remember this thing for your upcoming exam. Moving to next question. Which one of the following temples figured in the news regarding the institution of the Devadasi? It could have been in news around in 1995-96, that era when we were kids. Okay, so it is about the Devadasi culture, which is still prevalent in some of the southern states of India. So the answer here is Jagannath Temple, Puri. But what we should read on the basis of information given in chapter, it is this: temple women in the Chola inscriptions. The temple women of Chola period were very different from the Devdasis of the 20th century. The words used for temple women in the Chola period inscriptions were, you should remember this, these are the terms used for temple women in the Chola period. What were these terms? Tevaratiyar, devotee of God; Tevanar, Tevanar Makal, daughter of God; Tali Yelar or Pati Yelar, women of the temple. These are the terms for temple women in the Chola period. The identity of these women was not based on birth, caste, professional skill, or ritual function. It was based on their connection with a temple, deity, or place. Temple women were distributed all over Tamil Nadu. In the late Chola period, these women acquired certain privileges and honors in exchange for their donations. The modern Devdasi phenomena is marked by hereditary transmission, professional skill, and temple dedication. None of these were operative in the case of the temple women of the Chola period. These women were neither temple dancers nor prostitutes. Their history in the Chola period cannot be seen as a story of degeneration or decline. In fact, their position got strengthened and well established over the time. So this much you should remember, because this question won't get framed in this manner, okay, because it was asked in 1996, but we should remember these things on Devdasi because there is a mention of Devdasi culture in one of the UPSC's question. Okay, now this is that particular question which created the so-called, the hullabaloo about, okay, from where after all UPSC is picking up these things, we don't know, and all kind of that thing after agri exam in the evening among the institute's video discussions. So this was the question: with reference to the history of ancient India, which of the following statements are correct based on Mitakshara and Daya Bhaga system? In Upinder Singh, it is not mentioned completely. Of course, it talks about these two civil laws, only this much only, what you are watching on your screens. Jimut Vahana wrote a work on procedural law called the Vyavahara Matrika and a digest of laws on inheritance called the Daya Bhag, which became extremely influential in Bengal. Okay, so we have one thing also here, this Vyavahara Matrika. It is Vyavahara Matrika and Daya Bhag, both were written by Jimut Vahana. Okay, so these two works were done by Jimut Vahan. Vigyaneshwara commentary titled the Mitakshara became an authority on various aspects of Hindu law. Other important Dharma Shastra works included Lakshmidhar's Kritya Kalptaru of 12th century and Devana Bhatta's Smriti Chandrika, a work of 11th century AD somewhat. But what more I got to know is from your glossary section, which I made on the basis of one of the most important and highly acclaimed book, what's the name? Dictionary of Medieval India by Iqtidar Alam Khan sir, a very eminent historian personality. So I used that book to create a glossary for medieval Indian history part. So in that there is mention of Daya Bhaga and Mitakshara. Okay, so this is from that medieval Indian notes. Again I am saying why this is the case, why I am including the medieval Indian notes thing here with ancient Indian sets, because as I told you previously, we are in a transition period now. It's tough to segregate things from ancient to medieval or medieval to ancient. Okay, after all, history is a continuing process. We just divide the periods just for our understanding, for a layman understanding. Otherwise, it will be so tough for us to understand the events and chronology. Otherwise, history is always run in a continuity. There is no break, not till very last second. So this is Daya Bhag and this is Mitakshara. Daya Bhag, one of the two systems of Hindu family law regulating the division of land and inheritance since the early medieval period. According to the Daya Bhag school, it was only on the death of father that a son can claim rights to the property. Mitakshara, one of the two systems of family law, both are actually the family laws, that became the basis of civil law relating to property rights in a Hindu joint family. It was formulated by Vigyaneshwara at the court of the Chalukya ruler Remember, this is the different dynasty, and your Chalukyas or Badami Vengi, that's a different dynasty. They ruled the Gujarat. Okay, I think they are the same people who were known as the Solankis. Okay, and this Chalukya, they were ruling your this Karnataka and the Maharashtra region. Okay, Chalukyas of Badami, Vengi. Okay, so don't get confused. There is the difference of U. UPSC is becoming so specific about the terms and everything, so just pay attention to it. Chalukya and Chalukya. Okay, sorry, I will undo it. Yes. Chalukya ruler Vikramaditya 6. The other system was Dayabhag, as we already see it. Now come to the question. A very detailed, so much dense question. Let's zoom it out and read it smoothly, slowly. Mitakshara was the civil law for upper caste and Dayabhag was the civil law for the lower caste. No, there was nothing like rules for upper caste or lower caste. They are the simply Dharma Shastras talking about the inheritance of property rights for the Hindu joint families. Okay, so this is a wrong statement. Second statement, in the Mitakshara system, the sons can claim right to the property during the lifetime of the father, whereas in the Dayabhaga system, let me highlight, in the Mitakshara system, this is the thing, and in the Dayabhaga system, it is only after the death of the father that the sons can claim right to the property. Yes, absolutely correct, as we have seen here. Dayabhag, it was only on the death of father that a son can claim rights to the property. Okay. And third statement, the Mitakshara system deals with the matters related to the property held by the male members only of a family. No, we have already seen it. It is on the joint family. Okay. This is the joint family, Hindu joint family, not just a male or not just a female member. Whereas the Dayabhaga schemes deal with the matters, again let me highlight, Mitakshara system and the Dayabhaga system. Dayabhaga system deals with the matters related to the property held by both male and female members of a family. No, second is also talking about the division of land and the inheritance. Okay, and talking about the son only, whereas not like Mitakshara, where Mitakshara is talking about the Hindu joint family. So they just reversed the thing in statement number 3, hence it became incorrect. Actually the reverse is correct. Okay, this information is of Dayabhag, I hope you are getting. And Mitakshara is this, deals with the matters related to the property held by both male and female members of a family. Hence our answer is option number 2 as per the official answer key. And with this, I end this set number 9, and now we will begin the thematic sets. And under the theme section, we have the first set, theme set number 1 on the glossary part. See you in that. Thank you so much. I hope you are enjoying the set series. Thank you.